Alright, so I've been doing this thing on the brain. It's a new thing that I'm doing. And this also ties into China Cam, but what to do about it instead of just advertise and talk about it. So it seems like to me that actually what happened is um the right brain technically had an issue. Alright. And we don't want to say the issue because we want to save that for creativity. Maybe in negativity. So you see somebody that's negative, and if we respond to that, it's almost like death. But if we pass by, it's like passing by a grave. So we pass by the grave, and of the negativity. But there's still things to make there and develop from our weaknesses. But that's not really why I'm doing this or talking. I'm saying that the right brain seems to and this isn't because the change with it and science. This is why I'm saying this, because they changed. And what happened before was that um, this right brain of the people was dominated actually by the left brain. And they thought they were using their right the whole time, but the right was dying into the left brain. And so this is part of a story that ties into, some people say, the Old Testament God, and now it's the New Testament. I'm saying this because whatever my beliefs are and things like that, I'm distancing myself from a lot of those things. It doesn't mean that I'm still not. It's that when I have those advertisement, they're for myself. I'm not advertising to the other religious people. I'm just laying that down for saying. It's almost like a neutral. Like I'm just saying a neutral. And then I can explain from there. But according to the brain, um, so in my opinion, it is the best thing to do. So the worst thing to do right now is to say that you have a brain or to even turn your brain on. That's in society in general because it's a trick to go to the left brain. Now, who could intercept that and take over functioning is something we don't really have to get into. We can just leave that alone for right now to prove my hypothesis overall about NASA, outer space, and the right brain, and the language, and then what goes on out there. And then they're always like turn around and they're trying to tell me like all this left brain and left brain death is God, and that we're verbalizing we're infinite. And it's like, well, show me. And it's like, well, they only have like words and letters. They only have look at this for your left brain and then go on. They don't have think. They have, because everything's turned into like the breath again, but it's not supposed to turn into the breath. So then what is that? Well, that's for the religious. They should know. So I'm not saying anything about that, which also affects me because it's all connected. We're all one. So we have to get to that part too. That part too. And it's not going to be a thing that science enjoys. So science ties into, even religion is tying into that there's been deception here and people aren't going to like it. And it's not going to work in the favor of who they're being told it's going to work in the favor for in that context. Because they really don't have any context. They are dead. So the only way they've appeared alive over you is to trick you. Basically out of your whole entire brain. But then when it comes down to it, God doesn't even need a brain. So the brain has been his trick the whole time. They don't really know that. In accelerationism and IQ. And come get your left brain and just fucking kicked it into the abyss. So, and then I put everything back up, and it's just like, well, you can go free. But out there, they're like, well, when it goes up, you have to see it. You have to live there because they are what they are, which could probably change really quickly. But that interferes in psychology and leadership sciences. So, all those people there, they just need you to see because they don't understand the universe. They don't understand the reflection of matter and matter. They don't understand the corpse in your head that I put there that is the reflection of matter. They don't understand any of that, which is like the demiurge that you have to run on stilts. It's not even alive. You have to make it look alive. So then they do that with AI. And that's exactly what you're seeing. So these large language models, they're your left brain that's dead. And you're just going into that model and they're just taking total advantage of your right brain. Like, let's see what happens. And that's all they have out there. So fuck you to people that take advantage of me and my brain that I just teleported out in the fucking world. And you can take that too. And we can fucking get it on again.